President Biden is calling on Congress to speed up emergency funds now for the victims of Hurricane Helene and Milton. Let's bring in senior White House, CBS News, White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe. Ed, what's notable to me watching the president speak is that he was very blunt when speaking about Trump yesterday. I'll get to that in just a moment, but any chance he may try to get Congress back in session before Election Day to get more money for emergency relief?
No, while he's publicly calling for him, I checked again this morning here at the White House. There are no plans for him to formally call on the speaker to bring them back or for them to talk about this, in part because I think just the public pressure alone is what the White House is sort of suggesting, that they're doing their jobs in essence. If Congress would like to come back and try to start tackling this, they can. Here's the thing, though. We've heard Republican leadership up on Capitol Hill suggest, while what's happened is bad, is complicated, and is going to be really expensive, it's going to take several more weeks potentially for the full calculations of what exactly is needed and to watch the disaster relief fund and related FEMA accounts get drained by these two accounts. So while you may hear federal officials saying we're not going to have enough money to pay for all this, currently, you're right, you're going to run out of money that's there right now. I don't think there's any question that at some point in the next few weeks, few months, by the end of this year, there's going to be conversations about how to replenish FEMA's accounts. But it's not like they're going to lose the billions that they have here in the next few days. It'll take several weeks, if not months, for that money to go out. And that's part of why Republicans are insisting they don't have to come back right now to address this. One other thing to watch will be how, especially Republicans, tackle the criticisms, much of it driven by falsehoods, about how exactly FEMA spends its money, who gets it, whether you get to keep it, and the mistruths that have been talked about, like FEMA seizing property or other things like that, all that untrue. But there are some concerns about exactly how it doles out money and allocates for various disasters. And so let's see if that becomes part of the debate whenever it begins. But again, at this point, not expected until after Election Day.
And on that point, Ed, it was notable when the president was speaking yesterday and his scripted remarks and when he was pushed for more clarification from reporters that he is being more blunt in criticizing former President Trump for spreading misinformation. To me, it sounded like a guy not running for re-election, right? He feels like the guardrails are off. But I'm just wondering from your point of view how you interpreted that.
I don't think... well, the White House would essentially say we don't really have a choice but to call out the fact that it's all rooted from stuff he started. And there's a political benefit, obviously, to calling this out and being explicit about it, because Democrats want to hear the president blame his predecessor for spreading this. But it's also a signal to those in the storm field that if you're concerned about this or if you're being led to believe this, it's rooted in former President Trump spreading these lies. And so they want to call that out now. And it also puts some Republicans who are up for re-election or who represent these areas of the state in a squeeze. And we've seen some of them have to go out and fact-check these claims and make clear that they're false. So he's, and he's just personally frustrated by not only this, but of course all these years of mistruth spread by Trump about the Biden administration or about the president and his family more directly. So yes, not running for re-election, a little more free to speak out, and apparently quite willing to do so. Errol.
Yeah, and on a topic like this, that misinformation can put lives at risk. Ed O'Keefe, great to see you. Thanks for joining us.